What is good? What is good? What is Gucci? Courtney IG, and I'm back again. And this time we're here to talk about big conspiracy. Big conspiracy, guys. We know what's coming up. We know what's coming up. We're not even gonna talk. It's crazy. We ain't gonna even talk about what's coming up. And yes, I'm gonna share my thoughts on that. But before we even go there, guys, we're gonna do a review revisit of Big Conspiracy. I was gonna wait until 5 years, and I thought, what's the point of doing that? J Hus is dropping next week. So let's do it now. Like, come on. You know the vibe. So J Hus, the ugliest. Before I even get into that, if you don't know what the review revisit is about, and you haven't even watched the last one I did on Common Sense, before you're coming to this one, go back. I'm going to put the link there so you can just tune in and tap into that one. But we're going to get into this one. So I'm looking back at my previous review comments during this video, guys, and I'm just seeing if I still agree with the thoughts and the ideas and the concepts that I was saying then, and adding a bit of spice to it, you know, making it lively, making it bubbly, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it inspired and keeping it enriched, you know the vibes. So J Hus, the ugliest militarian, returns a few months short of 3 years with his second studio album, the 13-track release, Big Conspiracy. Despite his 8-month jail time and the sad passing of his dad, J Hus was on everyone's project in 2019, and he mashed up every single one of these features. Ed Sheeran feels, oh yeah, that was a banger. On the number 6 collaborations, Skepta, What Do You Mean? Mostak, Stinking Rich, Dave, Disaster, all bangers. I remember those. Coming into Big Conspiracy, this album comes fresh off the back of 2 singles, huge singles. Let me just add to my commentary there. No Denying, a Must Be, and a flood of tweets which showed J Hus is in a heightened state of consciousness coming into this body of work. His last album, Common Sense, I flagged immediately as the album of 2017, and it went down to win an enemy. I remember people were doubting me when I said that. Where you people at right now? Where you at? We ain't gonna even give them energy. Anyway, went on to win an Enemy, Brit Awards, nominated for a Brit and Mercury Awards. In this album, I expect much more lyrical J Hus on display. So, yeah, man, let's just set the... You remember this Daily W? Still to this day. But we ain't even talking about that, so I just wanted to just give you a little bit of, you know what, just to put your mind state into that frame. The first tune that we're going to jump into on this review revisit is Big Conspiracy. If you don't know, get to know. If you know, you know. So we're going to let this thing rock. We're going to let this thing ride. Freestyle thing, you know.
It's the Inspire and Rich mix.
Big tune.
DJ so wavy, this mix is crazy.
You know the vibes. Big tune. You don't have to find me if I'm looking for you, cause I'm a spin round there when it's 9 to Big tune. We ain't gonna even let it rock too much. You know the vibes, you know the tune, you know the energy. I was heavily critical of his last album intro, Common Sense, which to this day I still don't like that much. That's what I said back then. In this intro, Juju J is much more smoother, and the vocals give you that jazz R&B serenade. I'm really liking the way he delivers nowadays. Yeah, you know what? I really started to grow with this album intro, you know? You know what I'm saying? I really... Yeah. Circus Lion. Woo. He says nothing in this dunya is... Yeah, man. Big tune, big tune, big tune. But I really like... this tune has grown on me more over the years. So to add to my comments back then, now it's grown on me even more. I'm even more feeling that tune. I'm even more feeling the energy. And it just feels really mature. As I said in the introduction to diving into this project, I feel that maturity coming through just on that tune. So we're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it moving because that's the style of this. And we're just going to dive into one of the monstrous tunes of J Hus. I feel like this is one of the epitomes of his lyricism and his ability to, you know what I'm saying? Let it just, before we just drop that in. You know what I'm saying?
So wavy, this mix is
You know the
crazy.
vibes.
It's the Inspire and Rich mix.
Woo!
So wavy, this
Yes.
mix is crazy.
Oi. Fight for your rights. How do you sleep at night, man? How do you sleep at night when you don't even fight for your right? What more is there to say about that? That's like literally, that line is enough. That should take you forward to 2020, 50, 2050. Like that motivation, man. I said, oi, J Hus is hitting some real powerful militant vibes on this one. I don't want anyone to call him an Afro swing artist again. This guy is a rapper. Them man are clones. That's what I said. Them man are clones. Because they can't do it like Juju J, man. Are they crazy? Yes. If you were real, you recognize what this one is. Banger.
It's the Inspire and Rich mix.
Javi, come on, man. Them man are stupid. They can't even talk to Juju J in this lane. In that kind of motivation, in that kind of delivery, preciseness. Yeah. You know the vibes. You know how we rock it. But we can keep it moving. We even wasting time. We're just gonna go straight into the next one. Banger. Straight slappers on this one.
Rich mix.
By association. Guilty. By association. Oh. Yeah, man. We like that. Another masterpiece. Another masterstroke single, which really set the tempo for the album with the jazz influences. Second time I'm mentioning jazz as I'm picking up. This is a perfect example of the balance between street, lyricism, and flawless hook. Combine the full package. This is what we're going to need again on the next thing, but we ain't even talking. We're going to get to that when we get to that, man. It must be a banger. It must be a masterstroke. It must be Juju J. You know the vibes. For the last and the final track that I'm just going to, because I want you guys to get inspired to want to check back to this before the next thing drops. So I ain't gonna give you everything so you're just like, all right, I heard out the whole track. Let me just give you a little. So anyway, that's too much of my talking, so let's just drop that. You know what I'm saying?
If
you know, you know. If you don't know, there's yes, tightening, diving, striving, mining. I already know I'm a psychic. Come on, this will forever be one of my favorite J Hus tracks. No, there's no debate. For the reasons which sit outside of the music review. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but there was a reason. I must have been feeling resilient. I must have been feeling driven. I must have been feeling some type of way. The sheer determination, the sheer energy, the way that he just comes on the drill beat. I think that was the first time I heard J Hus on drill, and he took that drill somewhere else and gave you some different kind of militarian motivation that I ain't never heard from any other Afro swing artist or any artist they want to put in that lane to this day. Find me one and at me and I'll listen. This one, I said this one sits him above the drill rappers, even though he isn't from the genre. Because he can do that and it's crazy. He's still doing it 3 years later. It's crazy. Every day different challenges, never had worthy challengers. Me and you are different calibers. Every day wake up, manifest. Monstrous song. So guys, I'm just gonna wrap it up now anyway. So let's dive into what I said in my conclusion. Hus delivered on this project without a question of a doubt, and the growth from Common Sense showed me some immense growth and the lyrical storytelling front. This project solidified J Hus in my mind as my favorite UK artist. Still, Dave, he's coming around, so kind of agree. Hus chops and changes between the gritty road chat and no denying to the happy playful in play. He even merges must be. Who else can do this? Who else? Still, the jazzy undertone made it smoother with ICTGM. That's his sister. She's on Helicopter as well. Banger. Still looking out from some project from her. A very distinctive sound, and I'm sure this will have more nominations at the end of the year. Sits alongside Psychodrama. Top dogs, Dave and Hus. Still top 3. Helicopter, Fight for Your Right, Reckless. Okay, I'm not really sure about that. Helicopter's a banger, but I would have said Must Be, No Denying, and Big Conspiracy. I think my top 3's kind of changed a bit from when I wrote this, and then I gave it a 9 out of 10. For me, it's still above common sense, and 9 out of 10 sounds good. So you know what to do, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Inspire, enrich.